Fast cars have been a trend for a long time, and people seem to just want to race streets and travel quickly. Most are even spending so much cash to customize their little McQueens. But you know how it goes, when you go too fast, the officer will know and traffic could also get in the way. But fret not, for there's something you can do about this. Listen up as we learn about the fastest boats. We'll go over yachts and jet skis that can hit 200 kilometers per hour. And I bet if you knew about this sooner, you'll get a boat just like the ones I'm about to show you. Alright, let's go ahead and get started. It's quite common to think how huge things can have a much harder time moving or gaining speed, but definitely not this yacht. Fortuna, as it was originally named, was built by Spanish yard czar for King Juan Carlos. This served as a gift to him by a group of businesses on the Balearic Islands. Bonner's was recognized as the Formula One prototype at the sea. It could go very fast since it was fueled by twin 1280 horsepower MAN engines and triple rolls-Royce 6700 horsepower gas turbines, with 3 Cami and wild water jets. With all these combined, the horsepower of this big babe is around 22,660. This allows Bonner's to travel 80 miles per hour, and if you compare this to a normal cruise that can only go about 7 miles per hour, the difference is too big that might end up even more seasick. Let's hope not. But if you'd much prefer to be underwater, then fret not, because the Soviet submarine K-162 might be just for you. This right here is the world's fastest submarine. It's also the first submarine to be built with a titanium hull. The West seems to recognize it well through its report named Papa Class, which pretty much summarizes that this guy isn't something ordinary. The K-162 first dove deep back in December of 1968. It weighs over 7,000 tons and stretches to about 707 meters. This big boy can reach 400 meters deep and can go about 51 miles per hour. He's quite heavy for this speed, but it's all possible because of its compact light water reactors. However, the K-162 won't be able to travel underwater again because it was decommissioned last 1988 and was soon dismantled back in 2010. The Vesta's sail rockets were constructed to break the record for sailing speed, vying for 152-235 in the B class. In 2008, Paul Larson drove the first version and reached an unofficial speed of 60 miles per hour. He might have crashed the first time, but he and his team knew they could build something much better. And in November of 2012, the second version of the Vesta sail rocket managed to top its previous record with a speed of 68.33 miles per hour and 109.97 kilometers ride over a 500-mile distance. The test runs did not stop here, because on November 24th, though wind speeds were reaching 28.67 miles per hour, 46 kilometers per hour, it still managed to complete the 500 distance with a speed of 75.31 miles per hour, 121.21 kilometers per hour with 78.26 mile per hour, 125.59 kilometers per hour at most. These records were confirmed and approved by the WSSR SEER for the 500 mile. For a pontoon boat to keep floating, it needs to have durable tubes for support. It's quite flat and commonly used for fishing and small distance rides to travel across lakes and rivers. This boat was meant for simple tasks, but with the right building and customization, it can go quite fast. Brad Rowland proved that even a pontoon boat can reach a top speed of 114 miles per hour. And with this, he emerged victorious and even won first place, setting the shootout record for the fastest pontoon boat. This man also entered the Guinness Book of World Records with a 25-foot 2010 South Bay triple pontoon tuned in and equipped with 3 Mercury Pro Max 300X engines. And if you believe that 114 is pretty fast, Brad just went faster with a top speed of 120 miles per hour. Insane! Next up, with just one look, you'll know that it can drive like some Hot Wheels on the water. This 50-foot Marauder GTS is the most recent partnership between Mercedes-AMG and Cigarette Racing, and was inspired by the 2016 Mercedes-AMG GTS road car. This 50-foot Marauder GTS once more raises the bar. It's fueled by 2 racing staggered Mercuries with 1,550 horsepower engines. Its peak speed might be around 135 miles per hour. That's why, if you want to feel the wind touching your skin as you fly through the seas, then this boat must be the one you're looking for. As we all know, jet skis are extremely fast, and because of this, jet ski-related accidents have been increasing in number steadily. However, this wasn't much of a threat for Yuva Perez because in August of 2017, he set a new official world record of 123 miles.2 miles per hour at the U.S. Hydro Drag Nationals. He achieved this remarkable feat with his turbocharged Yamaha FZR, but that man just wanted to win more. In this clip, we'll see how Perez breaks his own record by reaching a speed of 127 miles per hour. This may be unofficial, but the GPS module utilized on board his PWC clearly shows something we've never seen before. Yes, records have been broken in the past, but some records set the bar so high that they remain untouched until now. It might be a different case in boat racing, but the record made by the Spirit of Qatar team in its 50-foot Mystic powerboats is pretty much too high up there at the top. This 50-foot Mystic was built to run 225 miles per hour, one of the most extreme speeds reached on the water. No wonder its record remains on top. Drag boats are known as the fastest boats on the water. Top fuel hydros are incredible machines and use the same 8,000 horsepower supercharged nitro-burning 500 cubic inch Kimi engines as a top fuel dragster and funny cars dude. The problem child, owned by Fast Eddie Knox, is the reigning Lucas Oil Drag Boat Series Top Fuel World Champion. It claims the 15 quickest 1,000-foot elapsed times in history, including the current 3.396 258.26 miles per hour. But of course, they didn't want to stop there, because after that, they recorded a 3.36 last season and a speed of over 260 miles per hour. Now you probably understand why it's known as the problem child. The Bluebird K7 is a jet engine hydroplane that Donald Campbell used to claim several world water speed records during the 1950s. The man himself broke through expectations and added almost 100 miles per hour to the previous water speed record. From 178 miles per hour, Campbell took up the notch to an incredibly fast 276 miles per hour. Eventually in the 1960s, the K7 was recognized as the first ever jet-powered plane to be successful. However, Campbell's lightning speed record soon came to a permanent halt because of an accident on January 4, 1967, and unfortunately died. And finally, what we're about to show you just take home the trophy because of how fast it is. On October 8th of 1978, a Spirit of Australia went on a drive near the Blurring Dam in Australia. Through Canwarvie, the boat managed to reach a speed of 375.96 miles per hour. Yes, you heard that right. That's even faster than some may claim as the fastest cars. This speed is possible since the Spirit of Australia was powered by a Westinghouse J34 jet engine. In the past, these engines were used for jet fighters and aircraft, and because of its overwhelming success, the Spirit of Australia is a recorded piece of history in the Australian National Maritime Museum in Darling Harbour, Sydney. That's all we've got for you today, and if you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing and hitting that like button below. We'll see you next time.